Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, barely 6 months after Nigeria concluded its last presidential elections, and with the results of that election still in dispute at the Supreme Court, the campaign for the 2023 presidency has already begun in earnest. We all know the names, the runners and riders, and at the forefront of those names, of course, is the looter of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So with that guys, I bring you this. Tinubu 2023 presidential campaign office opened for APC leader in Osun. So that's the headline. Tinubu 2023 presidential campaign office opened for APC leader in Osun. So now let's find out exactly what is going on here. A campaign office purportedly for the 2023 presidential election ambitions of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Tinubu, has opened in Osun State. News agency of Nigeria NAN reports that the campaign office had pictures of Tinubu as well as his name written all over the place. It also had a massive banner with inscriptions like Tinubu 2023 non-negotiable. The banner was put up by one Mutiu Kunle Ogunlola, who claimed to be the national coordinator of Tinubu's 2023 presidential campaign movement. News agency of Nigeria reports that the new office is located at Gbongan Ibadan Road, Osogbo, and it is almost directly opposite the Oromiyan House campaign office of immediate past governor of Osun State, Rauf Aregbesola. It should be recalled that Mutiu Kunle Ogunlola was a former organizing secretary of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos. Ogunlola had at one time claimed that he defected to APC to throw his weight behind Tinubu's yet-to-be-declared move to become Nigeria's president in 2023. He had also said that he would embark on a campaign tagged Tinubu 2023 not negotiable. This is apparently the campaign kicking off in Osun State, according to News Agency of Nigeria. Ogunlola officially joined APC on Wednesday, June 19, 2019. Correspondents recently reported that Tinubu, on his part, dissociated himself from 2023 presidential campaign materials flooding the streets of Lagos, amongst others. Tinubu said the materials and attendant campaigns for him ahead of 2023 elections were unsolicited. Tinubu's aide, Tunde Rahman, said the materials and promotional items being branded with his principals' names were never approved by the politician. So now this is now the latest goings on. Like I said, the race for 2023 is now in full-fledged, is in full pelt now, and it's all systems go, and everybody is now immediately kicking off because they know that the battle for 2023 is going to be fierce and is going to be brutal. So the battle for 2023 has already kicked off, and this now feeble attempt by Tinubu to dissociate himself from this now campaign that is now taking hold, especially in the southwestern part of the country, because we've already seen posters in Lagos. Now we're seeing posters and offices being opened in Osun State. So he's now going to be able to dissociate himself from this for that much longer, because now all the writings are on the wall, especially the characters involved in this campaign materials. So this now guy that is now doing this thing in Osun State is a dyed-in-the-wool important personnel within the APC party. So there's no distancing himself from this particular character, this whatever his name is. Let's just look for his name again. Yes, Ogunlola character. So there's no distancing himself from this Ogunlola character, because of course I'm sure this Ogunlola character would not be using his own money. He might well use his own money to print some campaign materials just to signal to Tinubu that I am loyal, I am ready, and my account is in need of the dollar. So he might well be doing that to romance Tinubu, but he could not go and open an office with his own money in anticipation of 2023. I mean, think of where we are now and think of where 2020, that's a good 4 years away. So he's not going to pay 4 years rent on an office when Tinubu has not approved of it or monies has not been passed on to him to say, go do this. So this is now really somebody acting on instructions. This is my own reading of this situation, because as I've just described, the spend on this particular thing that this guy is doing is more than just somebody trying to attract attention to himself or cultivate Tinubu in any particular way. So this is certainly somebody that is funding this guy to go set up structures, because this is now structures being set up. You hear, oh, it doesn't have political structure, it doesn't have political structure. When they're talking about political structure in Nigeria, what they're talking about essentially is this sort of going on now that we're seeing now. Offices being set up in the dull moments and in the quiet moments of politics, and things being put in place, and all the machinations of politicking being deliberately placed in readiness for the moment of need. So now this is now the preparation for 2023, certainly. And as I said, there's no denying anymore now that Tinubu is neither aware of this or approves of this or is even funding it. I am putting forward that all three are exactly true. Tinubu is aware of this, Tinubu is in support of this, and Tinubu is funding this, because nobody will go and spend, as I said, their own money on 4 years rent on an office in a prominent area in Osun State, by the way, because the way they've described it now, it is opposite the campaign office that was used by a previous governor of that state. So it's not in some rural area, it will be in the prime location of the premier city within that state. So now we're talking about a real good spend, and nobody is going to go spend that amount of money just on a whim and a prayer. So this is certainly to Tinubu's knowledge and to his funding. He might not be funding it directly, but somebody of his knowing and somebody to his knowing is funding it in anticipation of him. So 2023, it has already started, and it started at least months ago. It started even before this year's presidential elections were concluded, because you have to remember that there's an alleged arrangement that holds between Tinubu and Buhari, whereby Buhari has been sent forward to go push Goodluck Jonathan out of the way, stay there for 8 years, and then pass the baton, or the baton, however, if you prefer the American pronunciation. So pass the baton or the baton onto Tinubu. This is effectively now what we're seeing. So the structures are now being put in place, and there's absolutely now no getting away from the fact that this Tinubu character is going to be contending for the 2023 presidency. The only thing that can stop him is if the Supreme Court does the right thing and find in favor of Nigerians and nullify this last election, so that Atiku doesn't get it, Buhari doesn't get it. They do a complete rerun of the elections, and then we have a new face that is for the people, rather than what we have with all these docile president with Daura giving his wife a beating in the Aso Rock Villa and all this kind of nonsense that we are experiencing at the moment. And so we all know the nonsense. I'm not going to go through the list. Conversations in the comment section, though, we can go through the list there. But before you come join me in the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you're making of the goings on in Nigeria in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, join in the comment section. But here I say peace.
Missing someone with all your heart. Missing someone with heart. How much you miss it, and you deserve. And you did right. from the start.